Howdy doody everybody, my name is KevGuuey and welcome back to Root Double Before Crime After Days Extend Edition. If you missed the last episode, you can click on the eye in the top of the video to watch the previous episode to get caught up. So, ignoring Natsuhiko, Mashiro ran toward the scene of the accident.
Can
we help the driver? He looked at the car as he screamed. Oh? Scientist man. Forgot his name. And realized that there was a familiar face sitting in the driver's seat. Oh no. Ukita. It was Natsuhiko's neighbor and his mother's coworker, Keiji Ukita. Neighbor? Oh, the car's not on fire. Nothing's dangerous. I think we could help him. Well, except for the broken glass and, you know, sharp stuff. Ukita had no conspicuous injuries. That's good, see? Wear that seatbelt, everybody. However, he appeared to not be fully conscious, perhaps due to concussion. That Pokemon trainer on the right side. Really? Onlookers gathered all at once. Shiro yelled, ignoring them. Yes. But then, an odd dripping noise could be heard mixed in with Mashiro's voice. Gasoline. A noxious scent could be smelled wafting through the air. Gasoline? The impact of the crash had caused gasoline to leak and start evaporating. In this day and age, most passenger vehicles were electric. This particular car, however, was a hybrid, a dying breed. It's a dying breed, no more gas! Yes! That means we don't gotta pump no gas anymore. The impact of the crash were to start a fire, there would be an explosion. There doesn't seem to be any fire. Shiro's gonna get caught in it. The moment that thought crossed Natsuhiko's mind, something snapped in his head. Oh. She reflexively jumped back upon hearing that thunderous voice. Oh, it was Natsuhiko's voice that we heard. Aha! In Route A. No, not just Mashiro. All the onlookers shrank away with looks of surprise on their faces. Even Natsuhiko himself was surprised. So if there was emotion involved, then Natsuhiko can use BC, it seems. That mental voice stopped everyone in a visible radius in their tracks. Natsuhiko's telepathy reached the minds of everyone. But this wasn't the time to be surprised. That's right, gotta call an ambulance. Natsuhiko took out his PDA with that in mind. He brought up the phone function and dialed 119. I think that is the actual emergency number for Japan. The line connected immediately. Not sure how it would explode though. I mean, there doesn't seem to be any sparks or anything, right?
Rokumei学園高等部生徒天川夏彦です。市のデータベースに紹介してください。
What? We don't have time for this.
事故が起こった場所はセンター街のショッピングエリアの出口の近くです。わかりました。ちょうどその場所付近に別件で出動している者がいます。
Ooh.
避ける人員を直ちに向かわせます。
All right. This is where we meet them. This is how they met. And thus the call center hung up. When Natsuhiko put away his PDA, he found Mashiro had come up beside him. Mm-hmm.
ああ、多分。
Natsuhiko answered ambiguously. He never expected that he could have used BC himself, because he hadn't ever used it before in his entire life. Why did I get the feeling that was a particularly strong use of telepathy? Because there's emotion, fear.
いや、それより今はおじさんのことだ。
Ukita appeared to be truly stuck. The stench of gasoline got even stronger. The car could have exploded at any moment. What are you talking about? How could it explode? There's nothing to cause the explosion. What? Unless there's somehow a fire that just bursts out of nowhere.
大丈夫かも。
And why did he crash?
落ち着け。今救急が来る。騒がずに待とう。
Mashiro nodded. Natsuhiko, Mashiro, and all the onlookers watched over the car in bated breath. And soon enough, the sound of a siren could suddenly be heard. At its source was an ambulance in a long red vehicle like a fire truck. Where? The two cars stopped by the scene of the accident, and out of the red truck jumped two women.
現状はここですか？
Oh, yay! Yes, it is. When the women shouted and looked at Natsuhiko. Based on their orange uniforms, they appeared to be rescue workers.
ええ、通報したのは僕です。
わかりました。ここは危険です。お下がりください。早く、ガソリンが、おじさんが。安心しなって、私たちが来たからにはね。
Thanks, June.
はい。ほら、真白。邪魔になるから下がろう。
Yeah, we shouldn't get in their way. Oopsies. Wrong one. Oh. Natsuhiko grabbed Mashiro by the hand and took her further away from the scene of the accident. The rescue workers' voices rang out.
森部、状況は？
Yeah.
周辺に火器なし。ガソリンの揮発やや多し。
Is it really that hot? Like what temperature is it until the gasoline liquid becomes a gas?
では放水を。静電気を抑えて。
Causing a vehicular accident.
了解。
Static electricity from what? The male squad member's voice added to the noise as well. The captain. He bellowed out commands at the scene of the accident. Whoa. And after the hosing was done, they wrenched open the car door with something resembling an electric saw and a jack. Yes! Yay! And in the blink of an eye, Ukita was rescued!
はい、もう大丈夫だよ、おじさん。
ありがとう。
What? The onlookers cheered. That was a cheer? Sound like shock. The female squad member smiled triumphantly as she laid Ukita down on the stretcher.
かっこいい。
Mashiro cheered as she watched the female squad member at work.
それより行こう。おじさんが心配だ。
Oh, we're going to the hospital? Don't forget our food. Natsuhiko and Mashiro rushed up to the stretcher the rescue squad was carrying.
おじさん。
大丈夫ですか？
ああ、夏彦君に真白君か。
At least he remembers them. That's good. Ukita got off the stretcher once he noticed the two of them. Yeah, I don't think you should do that.
あ、ちょっとダメだよ、おじさん。このまま救急車に。
いや、すまないが、ちょっとだけこの子たちと話させてくれ。
Oh. The squad member hesitated for a second, but then nodded reluctantly.
いいんですか？怪我が。
Yeah.
大丈夫だよ。多少あばらが痛むが、なんとか。
What about your head? What about whiplash? What about concussions? Those are dangerous.
よかった。 心配しましたよ。
それよりもさっきのテレパシーは夏彦くんのかい？
You heard that? So you're unconscious.
ええ、おそらく初めて使ったんですけど。
そうか。
それが何か。
Yeah, you're acting very ominous here. Hida fell silent for a moment and then gazed at Natsuhiko before continuing.
いいか、よく聞いてくれ。大事な話だ。
Okay.
これから君の周りでおかしなことが起こるかもしれない。
Why do you say that?
え？どういうことですか？
杞憂ならいい。いや、きっと杞憂になるはずだ。
It might be an experiment that you're doing in LABO, and it's gonna affect the city. Uh-oh.
だが一応注意だけはしておいてくれ。
You can't diverge any more information about it. Natsuhiko was bewildered and did not understand. And leaving his cryptic warning at that, Ukita was taken into the ambulance, leaving behind only Natsuhiko, Mashiro, and some of the onlookers. What about the explosion? What if there's the explosion? Is that what people were afraid of? I mean, they left the car here. And I'm pretty sure spraying the whole thing with water isn't really gonna help much if there's more gasoline in the tank. No, I'm pretty sure that's not the reason. He had a feeling that that wasn't quite it, but he didn't have any idea what else it could have been. And at that moment, someone caught his sight out of the corner of his eye. Yeah, that was a really weird, it was like a quick movement. I think that was SALYU. SALYU. You got a better luck. There stood an unfamiliar girl holding a stuffed animal. Huh. Is that a ferret? She was standing among the dispersing onlookers from a distance, looking directly Natsuhiko's way. Are you looking at the accident? No. At me. Okay, so we have two choices. Okay, so let's just go with both? I'm not sure. I don't know. Okay, I guess yes. The girls seem to be wearing the same Rokumei Academy high school uniform as Natsuhiko and Mashiro, but who is that? Have I ever seen a blonde girl like that at school? Her piercing eyes seem to conflict with her completely disinterested expression. Oh, told Mashiro. Feeling something out of unrest from the girl, Natsuhiko stepped up between her and Mashiro. And with a defiant posture, he glared back at the girl. But eventually the girl looked away and left. What? Okay.
Mashiro, 大丈夫か?
I'm confused.
いや。
Mashiro didn't seem to have noticed the girl's presence. That's weird.
なんでもない。帰ろうか。
Guess we didn't go in the ambulance for some reason, but let's just go home now. And with that exchange, the two of them left. That night, his and her passed. What is that supposed to mean? Natsuhiko and Mashiro told Yuri about the incident as they gathered around the dinner table. Yeah. Despite how tense Mashiro was right after the accident, she was now back to her cheerful self, excitedly telling the tale.
事故現場に遭遇したと思ったら、夏彦がいきなりテレパシー使うんだもん。いっぺんに2つもビッグイベントが起きてさ、さすがの私もオロオロしちゃったよ。
Yes, you were.
テレパシー？ヒコリンが？
Wait, Hikorin?
ああ、 なんかあの時は使えちゃったんだよ。
With emotion.
その時だけもう使えないの？
Yeah, I don't know.
そうみたい。火事場のバカ力ってやつだったのかな。
Oh. After Natsuhiko had seemingly gained the ability of telepathy, he tried to use it again on Mashiro on the way back. But Natsuhiko wasn't able to send even the feeblest of messages, much less reproduce the large-scale telepathy he used back there.
まあ別にいいさ。伝えたいことがあったら声で伝えればいいんだし。
That's true.
ありゃ、ほんと BC に興味ないんだね。
Yeah.
普段の態度は BC 使えないことに対する負け惜しみじゃなかったんだ。
Rye sour grapes? I've never heard that before.
でもそれでいいと思うよ。おしゃべりの方が楽しいよ。
Yeah, so everyone can hear.
だな。
あら、BC 使えない者同士気が合うんだね。なんかちょっと疎外感だわ。
Wait, what? BC challenged? So they don't know that Yuri can use BC? Huh. Maybe she hasn't told them about it. This is very interesting. Just as Mashiro implied, Yuri was completely incapable of using BC as well. I don't think so. He had rank C aptitude, but hadn't practiced much at all. Yuri didn't seem to like BC all that much either, so Natsuhiko quickly tried to change the subject.
しかしおかしな一日だったな。この街で自動車事故なんてまず起きないのに。
Is it?
だね。それにしてもどうしておじさん事故なんか。
さあね。ADS がシステムエラーでも起こしたんじゃないか？
ADS? Wait, automatic driving system? Rokumei City was the first city in the nation to adopt trial runs of ADS, that is, automatic driving systems. Yeah! I got it right! Cars inside the city were all equipped with that system. You just entered the desired address and your car safely took you to your destination. I can't wait for that to happen because I thought about this. If there were cars that did that and you know every car did that, you could get to places so fast. Like they would like it would go at like what? I don't know, like maybe 80 and above miles per hour, or you know, I don't know how to convert that to kilometers per hour, but if you could go that fast, and for every car, you know, so no one could crash into each other, and you just get there so fast, and you can just sleep in the car too. You're like, oh yeah, time to go sleep, and then wake up at your destination.
でも ADS の故障なんてめったに起きないでしょ。事故率は人が運転する時のわずか 4% だって話じゃん。
4%? Holy moly!
とはいえ 0% じゃないだろう。やっぱり全てコンピューター任せってのも完璧ではないんだろうな。
Unless you're Skynet. Despite data suggesting automatic driving to be far safer than human operation, there was still something about it that seemed unreliable. When Yuri heard this discussion, she muttered in a trembling voice.
外、やっぱり怖いね。
Wait, does she not go outside? Is she an agoraphobe? Which means she's afraid of outside. Huh? Natsuhiko twitched at her statement. But without revealing so much as a hint of that gut reaction, he smiled at Yuri and reassured her.
大丈夫だよ。有利が気にすることじゃないって。家でのんびりしてれば危険な目に遭うことなんかないから。
Why is she living here anyways? That's very troubling to think about.
そうだよね。
I'm not sure what this means, but I think we can go with this. I think that's good. There's nothing bad here, right?
そうそう。 それでいいよ。誰かみたいに危険なところに飛び込まれたら困るからな。
おやそれはもしかして私への批判かな？
批判と言ったら言い過ぎだけどさ。
Well, at least we got a +1.
自分の身も顧みず行動するっていうのはあまり良くないと僕は思うよ。
That's true. That's true. And for all rescue workers too, that's true. You can just act on impulse without considering your own safety. Mashiro's kindness was a good thing, but her lack of prudence was one of her weak points.
夏彦にはオス度が足りないね。
Hey, what was that? What'd you say about my manliness?
オスドってお前は女の子だろ。
おー。
女の子が危険なところに飛び込むのを見て心配しないわけないだろう。
Aww.
心配ですと？
そりゃそうだ。つい忘れがちだけど、お前は生物学上は女性なんだぞ。
Wait, I thought he was gonna go deeper in this, like, because I have feelings for you. But I guess not.
そういえばそうでしたな。
Well, at least she's blushing, so that's good.
まあ心配かけたのは謝るよ。
It's okie dokie.
でもさ、そういう夏彦だって昔はどんどん危険に飛び込んでいったじゃん。
I did?
まあね。
Natsuko found himself at a loss for words in the face of that embarrassing point. Yuri smiled and started speaking again.
そうだね。ヒコリンもやんちゃだったよね。
Oh, he's a mischievous boy.
危険なところがあったら、むしろ楽しげに飛び込んでいくようなさ。
I think that's a good thing.
確かに僕も昔はそういうところはあったけど。
As Natsuko answered, he recalled his childhood days. Ooh, and we will find out what his childhood days are in the next episode of Root Double Before Crime After Days Xtend Edition. So if you guys enjoyed this episode, then please slime that like button and subscribe down below for more awesome videos. Thank you everybody for watching this episode, and you will hear me in the next one. Goodbye! My hot dog, huh? Oh, hello there. Whoa, ooh, whoa, ooh, aha, ooh,